And so I said, all right, let's go. No. Okay, they're gonna turn the audio first here, so I'll be silent and then you will know when I start.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys? Are you interested about the apocalypse? No, I'm joking. Today we're gonna have an amazing conversation about the IT world and computer science. This guy is gonna talk a little bit about his experiences using English, in other countries as well. And I don't know, I'm excited. There's a lot to talk about today, right after our podcast intro. Hello, Matheus. Welcome.
Hello, Mike.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay, so I have to calm down.
Okay, so let's start with something that I normally do every time we start an episode, and they guess tell me, oh, I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, we're gonna have an awkward pause, and it's amazing because what do we have to do? Nothing.
Okay.
It's really cringy, huh? Okay,
Yeah,
that's the worst thing that can happen in a live podcast. So everything else that happens today is just downhill. No,
Okay.
it's fine. I've noticed something, and I don't know what you guys have done with the lights today, but tell me in the comments, guys, if you notice a difference. It looks really cool. I don't know if it was something with the cameras, but in my phone here. Look, we look beautiful. The lights and I don't know what's. Anyways, Matheus, please introduce yourself before we start.
So, okay, my name is Matheus, and I am 28 years old, 28, and I work with technology.
Okay, and where are you from?
I'm from Rio de Janeiro, the state, but I live in 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. That is a city near the capital. Okay. It's a famous land for 𝗧𝗃𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗀 𝗓𝗃𝗵𝗺𝗃
Okay. All right. And if a tourist goes there, okay, where would this tourist find there? What are the attractions or the characteristics of the city?
Almost nothing, but they can go to Xerém to meet 𝗧𝗃𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗃. Okay.
Okay. Imagine like, oh, hello, I'm a tourist. I know you are. How do I say 𝗧𝗃𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗃 in English? Hello, Jack Little Pagode. I'm here to have a chat with you. Okay. You were actually a student from times. Can you tell us a little bit of your experience here, Matheus? When you started, what were your expectations? What were the classes that you enjoy, and how was for you studying here?
I've always liked English, and I studied English since high school. But my speaking abilities, wasn't that good. I could read and write well, okay, but speaking, it really was not my thing. So here at times I could improve this ability, this skill, okay, since the first class, okay. I really knew a lot about grammar and reading and text. And in the first class that I had here, I was able to speak really well, and that really surprised me because I really don't know that about myself. Okay, so maybe I was just shy or really wasn't practicing my abilities here. But here in times, I know that I improved a lot. My speaking. So it was really nice.
This is amazing because a lot of students that I talk at the beginning of the course, they say it's like a meme, oh, teacher, I can read, I can, write. My problem is to speak. Yeah, I can listen well. And it makes sense actually because to speak well, you need to practice, of course, like the other
Yeah, and
fundamental.
with other people, not alone.
Yeah, actually you can, but it's weird, huh? You will say like, "Hello, how are you today?" "Oh, I'm quite good, and you?" Unless you are that guy from that movie Split,
Okay.
it will feel a little off. It will feel strange.
Fortunately, it's not
And
my case. Okay.
okay, nice. And yeah, I am a different type of crazy, not like that. I
Okay.
saw, I had this conversation with some teachers actually. And since it involves technology, I would like to see your perspective. We were having this meeting once, and I was talking with them about the importance when you talk to a student to be there in the present, to pay attention, and maybe it reflects on what you said, that in the first class that I had, I could speak because there was a person there,
To talk with
focusing
me.
in exactly. And I saw these AI teachers, and some were actually they were actually quite good, but most of them it was like this, I don't know. Tell me something, Matheus. Anything. Your favorite color?
Yellow.
Do you mean your favorite color is yellow? The teachers there, it's like a correction machine with an avatar, basically. The student says, Mike, do you mean I am Mike? It's something like that.
Okay.
And so I asked the teachers, do you think this AI teacher is gonna get your job or is gonna be a threat to you? And everybody was like, no, of course not, because we really interact with the students. So it makes all the difference when you are there to practice your conversation, and you don't know where the conversation is going to go because there's no script. You have the person really talking to you, and the other students interact as well. This
Yes.
is where the magic happens.
It's not something
So
easy to mimic in an application, even with the AI.
yeah. So going a bit ahead of ourselves already, um, uh, do you think in a few years maybe they would get there? Because the ads, some AI companies, they make an ad that is really, really weird. Just like this, there is a person, I don't know, chopping a banana or doing something, chopping some vegetables, for example, and then they are like, "Oh, hello, what are you doing? Are you gonna do a cake?" Like as the AI could scan and recognize all the elements there in the video. So, do you think it's possible, or maybe it's too far-fetched? We're not going to get there so soon.
Maybe it's possible because the moment that we now are
Hmm.
living, I think this wasn't possible 10 or 20 years ago, but now it is.
Okay.
So things change. We are having a lot of improvements in technology and intelligence. So this really could happen. So, but I don't think we are getting replaced or losing our jobs. I think we will have something to help us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I have.
if I have a AI teacher, I can also have a real teacher, me and the AI teacher to if I have something to ask and my teacher is not with me present. So I can ask
Makes a
something to
lot of
this
sense.
AI teacher, okay?
3 a.m. on a Sunday. Oh, you're not gonna WhatsApp your teacher. What's the difference of simple past and present? You ask the
Yes.
AI right there. This actually makes more sense. For example, today we already have those music that is AI generated,
Okay.
and not only electronic music. You also have, for example, 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀 singing with System of a Down. It's there. And I showed this to a friend that he works with IT and he's also a musician. And he says, man, you know what? It was a metal version of 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃, by the way. If you guys don't know 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃, look for it. And don't do it right now, okay, guys? It's gonna get you sidetracked. But anyways, and his instant response was, man, I'm a little bit against of creating or getting, for example, you get Michael Jackson, you ask the AI to create a new song, something like this. And then we were having this exact conversation. I guess people will never appreciate the same way as it was the real thing, because we have this essentialist view. For example, I show you the Mona Lisa and a forgery. Just because you know that this one was actually painted by Da Vinci,
Yes.
the other for you is like, what's the difference of the forgery and just a piece of paper or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I think we tend to give more value to these things that requires more effort. You know, for example, you had this example of music and songs. I'm trying to learn how to play the guitar. Okay,
Nice.
so it's really nice when you are tired of trying all day long to learn the to play the instrument, and you finally get it. You know, it's a different feeling that you really cannot have when you just ask something to do it for you.
Yeah, it makes sense. So, for example, you get the same song. One was actually recorded by a human who had to, you know, go through all the stages
To
and
study,
practice.
to
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, and the order was just like a prompt. Okay, generate the solo of Starway to Heaven in the style of forró.
So where is the suffering? You know, we have to suffer a little
Yeah.
to get things done.
Considering this perspective, I guess we're really fine. We're not. Some jobs, of course, they eventually will disappear. But for example, the things that we actually appreciate, the human to human interaction, are safe, right?
Yes.
Okay. No, but it's fun to talk about the exaggeration and the other things, you know, the
Yes,
Skynet
these
5 and
apocalyptic moments.
yeah. Okay. Before we dive into those, um, and even before English, I guess, how did your interest with technology begin? Was it an influence of somebody from your family, a friend, or I don't know, watching something on TV and oh, I like that.
I really liked more mathematics. So I
Mm.
really was into calculators, numbers, and watches when I was a kid. And before going to high school, I also had a computer, and I was curious about it. So I searched a lot of things, how to install programs, uninstall, you know, hacker something, and I
Narrow.
had
How to burn the. Remember that?
yeah,
I feel old already. Oh, bingo.
and I had the opportunity to go to the high school while doing a technician course about informatics. And I liked this course. It was there that I learned how to program. It was not in college. So when I go to college, I had something in my mind about what I would like to do. Oh.
Nice. How old were you, man, back then?
I learned how to program when I was 14 in high school.
Damn,
14.
that's nice. That's nice.
Yes, the language was Pascal from the 90s.
I remember this. I have no idea what it looks like. For me, all the languages they look like hieroglyphics, you know, or those matrix symbols when you see like. But if you tell me, oh, this is C++, oh, this is Python, I'll
Oh,
say, okay. For me,
you agree.
that's why
Accept.
yeah, that's why I say explain to me like I'm 5 years old. But being a teenager, man, and having this type of skill, that's like a superpower. What were the first things that you started using this skill?
We had to build our own project, I think,
Hmm.
in high school, but the beginning was simple algorithms, and in
Okay.
the end of the year, it was really something more difficult to code. Okay, it was like entire system for managing data from
Okay.
school or companies in high school. It was nice to learn. But now they updated the course. Now there are more interesting things to learn in this technician course. And I am not there now to learn this new interesting thing.
Okay, but nowadays, technology, you can learn in many different platforms and ways.
Yes, on
Uh,
YouTube, on many sites around there.
yes, there is always an Indian teacher that is there to help you, you know? Welcome to the crash course about Python. My name is teacher Hassan. I'm here to help you. No, actually, I'm here to help you. Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. Don't pretend that you don't. What are your recommendations, Matheus, for people that are old? I'm joking. People that want to get into the IT world and maybe they want to shift careers. I don't know, they want to learn something new and they don't know exactly where to start. They should go to which language. The discussion that I've heard students having: front end, back end, and then somebody always says there is no full stack. You are always good at something, improvising the other front.
Okay.
Where would be good first steps for you? What would you
Okay.
recommend?
In the college and in this course that I did, the first thing to learn was logic, programming logic. Not really how to code something, but to learn how to think. Because
Nice.
sometimes things are given to us and we take them for granted and we don't really think how we arrived there, you know? So we have to learn how to think. When we get this part, I think it's easier to learn the rest. So before learning some random programming language around there, and there are many nowadays, I think that I would suggest the person to learn a little about logic. Not mathematics, these crazy symbols, about sex and pertaining and belonging. No, doesn't need to be that, but you have to know about solving problems in a smart way. Okay.
That sounds very interesting, actually. And you
And
ground
abstract.
you ground your knowledge on the basics, so everything else becomes easier after that.
Yes, and I think this is true for many subjects that we want to learn. We have
Mhm.
to know the basics, right? If it's really difficult to go to the advanced level without knowing the basics, the fundamentals things.
Okay, so one thing that I would just say on that, like a compliment, is be patient, because people normally ask, "Hey, which
Yes.
language, programming language, should I start?" Wait. Maybe none. You should learn the fundamentals and then
It takes
just
time.
it depends on what actually the person wants to do, right? Correct me if I'm right, but some languages are more appropriated to specific tasks than and others to other things. There is no like this language I can do everything with that, right?
Yes, I think with the one language, you can really do everything with just one programming language, but it will be more difficult. So if you want to analyze a lot of data, if you want to work with AI, people would suggest using Python. I wouldn't suggest using like Pascal or C to do that because
Okay.
you will not saving your time.
Okay, a student sent me a meme one that I laughed, but I have to confess that I didn't fully understood. But maybe you can explain it to me. It was something like this: this guy wants to use Java in the front end, and okay, so it is actually funny. Hey, and the person was like, really angry in the picture. So
It's possible to use Java, but I don't know why people hate Java. I like Java.
okay. So, in what do you think on that discussion? Is there actually a full stack developer, or is like a MIGA term that people use? Is normally a front end that does a little bit of back end, or is a back end that does a little bit of front end?
Okay. I'm a full stack developer, you know, but I like the back end the most. So I try to do things on the front end. So I agree with this phrase. I think it's really difficult to be a specialist in every subject, okay?
Ah, come on, no, yeah,
No, it's
you'd like
impossible.
trying, yeah, yeah. You died trying. Okay, we have our first cut here. Is there really full stack developer or full stacking is a myth? And then somebody like this. Okay, about that, by the way, not exactly about that, but you are doing a PhD in computer science.
Yes.
Okay, it sounds like, I don't know, Tony Stark things. What are you actually learning, or what's your project about, man?
Okay. There are two important things that I'm studying. I'm studying combinatorial optimization and graphs or digraphs. Okay. So combinatorial optimization. This word optimization is really famous because we try to optimize everything nowadays. So, for example, we want to do more tasks in less time. We want to buy more things, spending less money. So, with combinatorial optimization, we try to optimize a mathematical function. So, we want to maximize a value or minimize a value. Okay. So it's really easy to follow because it's a normal concept that we have in our life. Okay. And graphs, they are also a part of our life since we are little kids, because a graph is just a structure composed of vertices. There are circles or dots connected by edges. There are really sticks connecting these balls, these circles. So with a graph, we can represent a computer network, for example, because we have a computer being a vertex, another computer being a vertex, and if they communicate, they have an edge. So we can represent also social media. So we have many people, one person is friend of another person, so they have an edge between them. And in my research, I try to make these networks more resilient, more stronger. So, for example, we have a computer network, and if a link or edge fails, we don't have communication between these computers anymore. But if this network has redundancy, if there are more than one path between these computers, if there are 2 or 3 or 4 paths between these computers, if a link fails, we don't lose communication between them. So I try to make these networks more resilient, make them stronger, while spending the least amount of resources possible. So this is what I'm studying.
You actually explained like I was 5 years old and I could understand most of it. That was good, man.
Okay, so I did.
Yeah. Could you apply these to other environments out of technology, for example? Can I apply this optimization thing to marketing, for example? If my campaign doesn't reach the correct public, I lose this communication. So I could go to another way to reach the same public.
Actually, combinatorial optimization problems are very common, and there are a lot of them in literature. So they are in logistics, agriculture, food webs, for example. So almost anything. So if you have a problem and you want to minimize or maximize a value, you have a combinatorial optimization problem. So it's really common.
No, and it's actually very cool because I imagine that when you show it like that, every business in the world there will be flaws and ways to improve. So, okay, that's nice. That's nice. Let me take a look at the chat. Hello, Simone. Nice to have you here. Hello, Madalena. How are you? Okay. If you guys have questions, just bring them on. Okay. Now let's do the combination with English and technology. What changed for you, man, after you started learning how to speak? And I don't know, in terms of career, or could you have access to other studies because you started to understand English better, or could you use it at work or talk to other people about that? How did this combination change anything for you?
The most changes that I can perceive are in my personal life. When I listen to music or see a movie, watch a TV series in English, it's really cool. So I don't need lyrics anymore.
Nice.
In relation to my career, my work career, I think that it doesn't change much because I don't have to talk with other people in English. For sure, it's easier now to read the documentation, to watch a YouTube tutorial video, for example. But I think that the changes that were welcoming were in my academic life because I have to present my research in congresses, for example. So my first travel, my first international travel that I did was to Argentina. It was to present my work, the research that I did to get my master's degree. And my presentation, in Argentina they speak Spanish, but the Congress was entirely in English. So I had to present my research in English, to present slides, to talk about what I did here, but more technically, They were not 5 years old, so I had to really know the concepts,
Did you have a Q&A, questions and answers there? Was there a moment?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
how was it for you, man? Because there's always those motherfuckers that ask that, hairy, that tricky question. They're like, oh my
Yes.
God, please don't ask about that. And they're like, I would like to know. And
Oh, yes. But the question that I received, I could answer, And if I couldn't, my teacher was also there, watching
nice.
the
So you had some
presentation.
backup.
Yes. And it was on Argentina that I really got to know. I'm learning how to speak English, not Spanish, because I've gone through some embarrassing moments there when I tried to speak Spanish. No, it's really, I think learning Spanish is harder than learning English.
I would totally agree with you because, but I'm used to that. But when I try to use anything Spanish, my brain automatically bugs because it mixes part of what I know in Portuguese and a lot that I think I know, but I don't know in Spanish. So it's like,
Yeah. It's automatic for me. When I don't know some word in Spanish, I end up speaking English instead. So I was in a bookstore, and the woman just asked me, "Oh, do you need some help?" And I said, "I'm just viendo."
That's how I imagine the question was asked.
Viendo. I really mixed English.
I'm just viendo.
Yes. Okay, so it was really bad. I think the person just got away from me. Okay.
The person got to the Nazaré meme, there. I'm just viendo. Okay.
It was sort
So,
of that I remember.
did she speak English or she asked you that in Spanish?
She asked me in Spanish.
Okay, yeah, I would probably do the same thing. Yeah. But one thing that is very interesting when you start practicing conversations with people that the English is the second language, I don't know if you felt like that, but we feel less judged naturally.
Yes.
We safer environments for us.
People there are non-native English speakers. They tend to speak slowly because they want to be understood when they talk. So they tend to speak slower than a normal person that speaks English. So it's really easier to understand a person that tries to speak English than a native English speaker. Okay, they really talk too fast sometimes.
Yeah, I remember having this chat in a bar with a guy from Holland, so and I guess I wasn't a teacher or I was really at the beginning, 2009, I think. And, and I thought, well, if you can understand a drunk Dutch guy in a bar, your listening skills are getting better, Mike. I thought with myself. And I struggled so much, Matheus, to understand if he wanted to play. We were trying to play snooker there,
Oh,
It's really random. Like, the table with the balls were there, and you didn't have to pay. You just could get and start playing. So I was looking for a partner. The guy was next to the table. I guess was doing the same thing. I said, "Oh, let's play, man. Let's play." Or I said in Portuguese and he answered in English. He said, "Oh, okay, you're not from here. Oh, I'm not Dutch guy." And then we started to talk. And then he asked the damn question, even or odd. He asked like this, but it was drunk, so it was something like even or not. I was like, excuse me, even or not, not, even not. And then he said something really interesting. He pointed at the balls, and then he said pair, and then he said or unpair, and then
Okay.
I got it. So I kill 2, 4, 8, 10, and you kill like 1, 3, and then I say even or odd, and then we could play, and I lost to a drunk guy. But the lesson that I learned there that is priceless is when you really focus in communication and having fun, and he wanted to be understood, and I wanted to understand and to be understood, so it happened.
Things will run more naturally.
Yeah. How was it for you when it was Orlando, right? The first English-speaking country that
Yes.
you visited. Okay. You went with the Orlando experience, by the way, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tell us about that. Tell me about it. Okay. It was recent. Nice.
Yes, it was really nice. I really liked the experience, But in Orlando, there are many people that also speak Spanish. So
I am just viendo.
so my Spanish skills were tested there. And I went through an embarrassing moment again. So I was talking with the Uber driver, and she asked me, "Where are you from?" in Spanish. And I began, terrifically. I said, "Yo soy, okay, from," and nothing, okay? Yo soy from Brazil, okay, yo soy from. Did you get what I said? Okay.
Man, it's fine. You are being a polyglot there. It's nice. It's a cosmopolitan place, so it makes sense. Did she understand, of course, right?
Yes, I think. Yo soy from Brazil, okay, you are from Brazil.
We are good at improvising, actually. We are very good at that.
And we need this because not always can we remember all the words and the right timing to say, for example. So we really need to be prepared because of these situations when we are surprised, for example.
Okay, and the real communication is like this. We don't have a script for life.
Or a book. It's the real world, and anything can happen.
So I guess, again, the framing that we have is we just are there to talk to people and really interact. It's going to happen. How was it to talk to the locals there?
It was really easy. I went to Disney, and I don't know. I started to talk with that guy, an old guy, and he really had this strong voice. I don't know. Maybe he was from Texas.
I don't know who you are.
Yes, voice like this, and I could follow. I would keep a conversation with him because I think when people speak like this, I think it's more difficult to understand, and I couldn't get well what he was saying. And it was at night. I was tired. I just want to head home. And I think we took a wrong boat to get out from Disney, so we had to pick another car after. It was really crazy that night.
But that's how you know that your English is really improving, when you can solve problems in English. That's really cool. Gabi is here watching us. Hello, Matheus.
Hello, teacher.
Yes. We were talking about the class. It was a nice coincidence, Gabi. Guilherme asked in here, what's your LinkedIn? Ah, you see,
I have a LinkedIn because life obligated me to, because I don't like. So I don't know my surname, my email. If I can comment on the
Ah, yeah,
video
do it, do
later,
it. Yeah, do it,
because
do it.
I really don't remember.
No, no problem. Do it. And this is something that I ask students to do, by the way, Matheus. In the tech classes, we were talking about the tech classes. I said, guys, change your LinkedIn profiles, and then because we never know. A lot of our students, they come to times because, oh, I would like to have a job opportunity from another country that pays in dollar, all of that. And sometimes you already speak English, you have the technical skills, so it's the best of the worlds. You just need somebody to open a door, or to nudge there, or to. Sometimes, oh, I know a guy, I know a recruiter that is looking for someone like you. So this is cool. The networking is amazing. It's amazing.
Yes, I have the app installed in my phone, so I receive the notifications, messages, but I really avoid using the app.
It means something that you are not obsessed with, like, oh my God, I have to change, I have to find something. If it happens, it happens.
I prefer email for these career opportunities. So sometimes I receive emails, really emails from outside the country in English, okay? And I think it's good. I really don't know how they found my email, but they contact me somehow. So okay.
You click in the banner. You are the millionth winner of the prize. Oh, really?
Probably is. They say.
Nice, man. And tell me a little bit about the place you stayed there, like the type's house, the location. How was that? I only know because of the pictures you guys send, and the pool and the thematic bedrooms and all of that. It's a quite nice
Really
location,
cool.
right?
The house is so clean, very different from my own. It's so clean and shiny, and it's made of wood. So it's really interesting to knock the wall and feel the wood there. And and it has 2 floors, okay?
Okay.
And it's really nice, the house. And the neighborhood is beautiful. You can walk. There are lakes near the house. You can be eaten by a crocodile.
That would be exactly my question because I don't know if you know. You probably know. We met like 1 hour ago. But I am into fishing again. And we had a guest here in the podcast from Florida, John. John, yeah, and he was telling a story that one day two crocodiles appeared at the back of his house. Like,
Yes.
it
Really
didn't
something there.
imagine. And he said, if you see a pond there or a stream,
Stay away.
don't get too close, if you know what I mean. But I imagine me, Brazilian, very curious. Oh my God, wouldn't it be awesome to catch a fish in another country? Yeah, then get a fishing rod and then go there and then an alligator or something.
So, are we a fisherman?
No, I'm terrible, but I like the activity.
Okay.
I do fish, but I never catch anything because I forgot everything. I'm learning again. I was I was using the incorrect bait with the incorrect line for the incorrect fish. The only thing I caught there was a piece of wood, by accident. But
This way it's more difficult to catch anything, right?
Yeah. It's gonna become a bingo here in the podcast too. The week I catch a fish, I'll be talking. These guys here are listening. I'll say, "Hey, got a fish." I'm not gonna bring here because of the smell, of course. Anyways, so yes, if they go there, they have to be aware of the place. But it looks really beautiful. It's close to a beach too. Some other student told me.
Yes, it's really a nice place. There are many places to visit, many things to buy. So if you have a lot of money and you don't know at all what to spend this money with, go to Orlando. You will solve your problems.
And if you have no idea, people will suggest you to,
Yes,
oh, can you bring me this or that? Yeah, get an extra bag. That's what people
One
tell me.
day we were going to Disney. I had bought my tickets here in Brazil,
Mhm.
but the other guys that were in the house, they didn't buy the tickets, so they were going to buy there. And teacher opened the website to
Mhm.
calculate the value of the tickets to go to Disney. No, so three people, one day, 4,000 reais. So if you have 4,000 reais to spend, go to Disney.
Damn, yeah, they have to plan ahead. They have to plan ahead. One thing that students ask, Matheus, you can help us too. How was the process in terms of airport, to get there, find the house? Was it easy?
Yeah, it was easy. So I booked an Uber driver to take me there. But
Okay.
there you also can use Lyft app, the Lyft app, another app, transportation app, and I think this app is cheaper than Uber. But when I got at the airport, I didn't know that, so it was really late at night, so I just wanted to go home, so I asked for a Uber driver anyway. And the airport, I think it's something personal. When the airplane is landing, my ear begins to hurt.
Ah,
It's
okay.
uncomfortable
It's
for
the
me.
pressure, right?
Yeah, the pressure. And when the guy there that was talking to me, the guy that have to talk about, what are you doing here, where you're going, it was really difficult for me to hear the guy because of my ear, and it also has this glass, separating us. So this thing, it wasn't really a problem, but he asked me where I was going, and I answered Rio because I understood where I was from.
It's like, you are very far from home, aren't you? You have a sarcastic interviewer there, like the agent. Oh, real, huh?
Apart from my ear, and I really don't hear things well. It's sometimes really difficult for me to hear things in Portuguese. So imagine me on this situation. But the rest was easy.
Nice. And what would you say? A lot of people imagine your English has to be really advanced and perfect for you to travel and get by. Was it like that?
No, because there are people there that are immigrants. They speak more Spanish than English, and they also don't speak in English. So I went to four parks from Disney. So my four
Okay,
parks
you
to
really
Disney.
enjoyed that. Nice.
I think we are going to pass the thing that we have to stop to pay to proceed. I forgot
Okay.
the name. Okay, and my Uber driver she didn't speak in English. So she asked me to speak to the person in the cabin. So people live there, and not all of them know English too. So it's not a problem.
Ah, okay. It was like a toll. Like, to continue, you have to pay like $10. Okay,
Yes,
got it.
and this person didn't speak in English, so she asked for my help.
So you were is another thing that your English has improved. You are assisting and helping people with that. That's cool, man. Nice.
Yes.
So uh, for people that are a bit scared or afraid of going, can you recommend?
Just go. You have to face your fears. When I went to Argentina, my teacher told me about this opportunity to present my work in an international congress. And I went to, when he told me about this, I don't think that I thought thoroughly about this. You're going to another country, to a place you don't know anyone there, and I just said yes.
Nice.
Then 1 month passed, and I thought, I have to buy the tickets. I have to book a hotel or a house to be there. But I went, and it went well. And I thought to myself, I could have gone earlier, this experience could have been earlier in my life, but it's never too late. So I went to Argentina, then I went to Chile, then I went to the United States in Orlando, and this year I also went to England. So I think
nice.
so I think you just have to go and see.
Why did you go to English? Tell me about it.
It was another international congress, but now for my doctorate degree.
You're getting good at those, huh? Nice.
I also am a tourist in these places, so
nice.
For sure, I went to this congress, so I present my work, then I get out and go to see places. It's always like this.
But that's the best of the worlds.
Yes.
And what were the cultural shocks or differences that you noticed there? Because it's a different country, different habits, they drive on another direction, the accent is different too.
So about these 4 countries that I traveled, the one that I liked the most is Argentina, the country of the hermanos. I traveled there in 2022, so it was the World Cup. So people there were crazy about Messi, about the games,
Can you say I am Brazilian?
No, but they were nice to me, because I was rooting for Argentina. Because when I got there, Brazil was already out of the cup,
I
was rooting for Argentina, and they received me really well there. It was very nice.
Yeah, so football has this power, it can
unite people.
Yeah. And I really like Lionel Messi, so I guess this would be a nice way to go, and nice, man.
So, in the United States, the things are very different. You really feel the difference between a developed country and a country that is still developing, like Brazil. So, for example, the cars there, they are really big, They are big and new. So, I think there are a competition there in which each person who has the biggest car or the weirdest car, I think they are.
There's no 𝗀𝗀𝗃 there.
No, there is not really. And the supermarket there, every store there are a lot of things, different things to buy that you don't see here in Brazil. Now about England, it's a country that you visit more for cultural and historical opportunities,
Castles and medieval stuff.
Yes, in the United States, it's really a capitalist country.
You go there
and buy. You buy things. But in English, it's not like that. You really have these amazing buildings, Every building has a tower, so it looks like a castle, In every corner, you see something that resembles a castle. It's funny, after
I wouldn't be able to go back, man. I can't go to a place like this. In Brazil already, I see an abandoned house and imagine, who is there? What's the story behind it?
Yes.
Imagine a country like this,
And England is a small country, so you can go anywhere there by train, and this is very nice. Because I went there to a city called Leeds, that is in the north, and near Leeds, it's Liverpool and Manchester, and I went there by train. Then I went back to London by train, and I visited other places there, But after some time in England, you think that, I'm seeing a lot of castles, it's boring now.
Really?
Yes, I got bored after some time there because the buildings they look like they are all the same, In the United States, they are really different. And I think it's in Orlando, this difference is bigger because of the theme parks there, of these different structures. I think the objective there is to impress you,
Makes sense.
So there is this thing about England and the United States, for example.
Was it very difficult to understand the British people at the beginning? Because if you get used to the where are you from, then
America.
where are you from, and then you said, pardon me, you know.
It was not difficult for me, but I went to a restaurant and I don't know what happened to me. Because there, a traditional dish there is fish and fries.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know?
they say fish and chips, fish and chips.
And I asked for fries and chips. And I was talking to
The person. Dun.
I want fries and chips. And this guy, oh, but these things are the same thing. So you want fish and chips? No, I want fries and chips. But then I got to myself, oh my God, oh really? So no, I want fish and fries, please.
It would be nice the creative waiter, you know, he gives you like the chips and some French fries together. Like, oh, you asked for potatoes. Here it is. You know. Nice.
I think when you are a tourist, even if you know the local language, you have to go through these situations. I think it's impossible.
Yeah, it's healthy. You know, it's healthy. And again, the lesson here is if you focus in communication, you are going to get by. People are scared sometimes. We suffer more in our heads than in the real world. That's philosophical, by the way. You know, we suffer more here than there. You know, and these guys, they talk to a lot of clients and tourists, and it's not a problem. Did you get the chance to drive a car there in London, or sorry, not in London, in England? England?
I have a driver's license, but I don't drive here in Brazil, and I was really scared of driving there, you know, and maybe getting into an accident. But you know, the roads there, the directions are reversed. So if in Rio I get the bus in the wrong direction there, also it happened too. So I want to go to the place, and when I look to the map, oh, I'm going to the wrong direction because I confused the tracks there.
This is very good for exploring the place, but it's bad for a job interview. You know?
Yes.
And you also visited France, Matheus?
I have the opportunity to visit France, you know, because I can do the rest of my PhD in another country. You know?
Okay.
But I think that I'm better at being a tourist, you know, not an immigrant.
Okay. And if you could pick one of these places to go back, where would you like to go?
Argentina.
Really? Did you eat the barbecue that they offer?
Yes.
Yeah, everybody says, what is about this thing? What is different from the ones we have in Brazil? Is the cut, the seasoning, what do they do there? Everybody says, oh, the best barbecue in the world, celebrate.
I didn't see any difference. For me, it was a normal barbecue.
Okay, thank you so much. Now everybody that is crazy about that is gonna, you know, be angry, like, what? It's completely different, you know. I would love to get this and the wine, you know. I also appreciate the wine they have there. Okay, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time. I can see. I told you that time flies. Yes, you see, you say, oh my, I'm not a very talkative person. You spoke a lot. No, we don't have time anymore. No, I'm joking. One question that I wanted to get this perspective from you, and we can flirt with the Skynet thing that we were talking before. What are your predictions about the future of technology? What can we expect to see, I don't know, in 5 years, maybe 10 years, improvements, things that are going to change?
I think that there will be a time in where we will reach the maximum of evolution. You know, I think it isn't possible to make things evolve eternally. Well, it will be a time that we're going to stop the improvements. like on the cell phone that we see nowadays, every year there is a new iPhone, a new Samsung phone, and they all the same. They don't, they really are not that different. And I think this time will come to pass. But until there, it's really important that we follow these technologies. We have to be updated with these trends. So we can not, so we don't get lost, because it's really easy with the amount of information that we need to deal with today to get lost. So it's really true in technology, because for example, mathematics. So a theorem that it was true 500 years ago, it's still true, but this is not the same for technology. So I think that was really awesome last year. It's not anymore this year. So we have to update ourselves,
Okay.
and keep following. If things get crazy, so we have to be prepared.
People talk a lot about planned obsolescence, that things are made not to last intentionally. So I created this piece of technology, and during the creation process, I already think, okay, this is gonna last for 1 year, after that's gonna be junk. Do you agree with this, or no, it's conspiracy theory? Where's my hat?
No, I think this is true.
Okay, good. One more, but now I want to finish this with my favorite item of this podcast. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Now I
You remind me of the Nicolas Cage movie?
Mel Gibson, maybe science.
Okay.
Okay. My question is, where exactly are you, Matheus, about AI becoming sentient? Never gonna happen. Ooh, we're gonna go there. So can we make an AI become conscious, or no?
I think it's really difficult to think about this. For example, I can see the color blue. You can see the color blue, but the way we perceive the same color is different.
Yeah.
So it will be difficult to implement something that has conscious, and we are able to compare this consciousness to the consciousness of a person, because we are not this person. So I think it's really difficult to make this comparison. We can make things that is similar but not equal, because
Okay.
of our senses. What we see, what we hear, there is a difference in what each person perceives, notices.
Man, you went to the batch theory so fast. That's amazing. There is this article on internet about this. Oh, I can remove this now.
Okay.
That is
Better.
yeah, that is what it feels like for the bat to be a bat. The
Yes.
subjective conscious experience. So that's something I forgot who wrote that article, but it's brilliant. It's famous there when people discuss this about consciousness. What it's like for the bat to be a bat. Anyways, unfortunately, we have to finish on this amazing topic. Maybe in another day we can talk only about this, man, the crazy theories, and it would be nice.
I have to
really
go to São Paulo someday to visit Times Jardins, because I don't know the school. All my classes were remote, so I have to know the physical place.
Nice, nice. When you do this, let us know, and maybe we can have a.
But are you from Jardins?
I am from Campinas, but we can work this out. We can work this out. It's doable. Nice, man. Final message to everyone watching us.
Okay, keep studying English, of course, and the topics you like. If it's technology, geography, chemistry, everything, keep studying. But not only study, for God's sake.
Have some fun in the process, man.
Yes.
Nice, man. Thank you so much, Matheus. Very nice talking to you. I love, man, I absolutely love when we have students here, sharing the experience, because other people watching us, they see that thing is real, and it's
We can
amazing.
get there. It's possible.
Exactly. Thank you so much, man. And you guys watching us here, don't forget, leave a comment, send this to a friend that likes the topic. This episode is going to be on Spotify tomorrow. And yeah, don't worry, because AI is not gonna get our jobs so soon, I hope. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
All right.